How are we doing, Catherine, on time? 5, 7?
You have 12 minutes.
Oh, all right. Well, there we were, 5 and 7. How do you like that? We thought it was 5 or 7, but put it together and you get 12, and there we are. So we won that one too. You see? It's all a matter of slick talking and perspectives and letting things roll off your tongue. Holly, have you asked us a question yet?
No, but I was getting ready to.
All right. Do you want to say something now?
Well, yeah. Before we had our lunch recess, you spoke about Lemuria and Atlantis, and I would like for you to expand on that some, please.
In what capacity?
Oh, I think, well, I know in some ways you say we are mirroring Atlantis now on what's going on now on that. But I just don't know very much about Lemuria, and since I have lived here along the Pacific coast, I kind of would like to know more about it.
All right. There are a variety of stories. Atlantis may have been thought of as a more male vibration, you know, Poseidon there, etc., marrying the earth woman Selito, having 5 sets of male twins. The Lemurian story is more of the mother, the nurturer, the one who held, let's say, more of the vibration of the living library rather than manipulating the living library. The Lemurian vibration was, let's say, this is why sometimes in the New Thought energy you see this connection with Mount Shasta, with Hawaii, with the Pacific Rim energies. There is, let's say, the stories go, there were again a series of islands in the Pacific, a few large land masses, and they were, let's say, diametrically opposed to the Atlantean beings at some points in their existence. They did in linear and in simultaneous have overlaps on their existence. They did battle at times. The Atlanteans were more psychic warriors, using psychic power in the same way that special forces would be used to train psychic power today, to bend the will of the field and to use it in warrior or militaristic terms. The Lemurians would have used the energy of the earth herself to tap into, to rely upon Earth's forces as their defense, whether it is the rising of waves, whether it is calling in of the wind, the animals, etc. This was far more the energy of the Lemurians.
Would that also deal with, because like the Ring of Fire, would they also have dealt with the volcanoes and things like that as well, use that for it?
Yes, you have a greater predilection of volcanoes along the Pacific Rim, and these energies, as we said earlier, tend to live around an earthquake fault, a old volcano, a semi-active volcano. There's a tremendous amount of energy that rushes through that. So the Lemurians were more in touch with the power of the earth. One could say the Atlanteans were connected very much to the cosmos and to the, let's say, manipulating of reality. Now, we do not want to make one sound bad and the other good. They had different predilections. The Atlanteans at one time had noble ideas and noble experimentation. There was dignity. But if you remember the old stories, way back, Plato suggested that when the gods came to earth, they divided the land among themselves. And it was Poseidon who got or claimed the area that was later called Atlantis. and he was the original founder, and then he had his 5 sets of male twins. The Lemurian story was more about the power of the woman in larger terms. And that is why it has been suppressed in society. You know, if you think about your Christian women's stories, what's the oldest Christian women's story that most people remember? Adam and Eve. And what did Eve do?
She took all the blame.
She took what?
She got all the blame.
She got all the blame, yes. So can you understand that in certain terms, with Lemuria being more feminized, or having the rebellious women, not that it was just women, but it represented more of that woman who says, what the heck are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense. Now, we don't like to play the patrilineal, matrilineal game, but we will say, as it's come down in Western history, the story is more patrilineal, and even when you go into the legends and myths of Atlantis, it has the Poseidon male story. Selito, his earthwife, is sort of marginalized off to the side. And how a god had 10 sets of male twins with a earth woman, there's only one way. That's genetic engineering. Do you understand?
Yes.
The odds are not with them. Unless, of course, you are a god and know how to shoot whatever kind of sperm there, we'll see. So, in larger terms, there became a polarity that represented a split in the mass psyche between the male side and the female side within. And so you may sense a greater rising of this Lemurian power, but as you all know, the feminine side, whether in a male or a woman, it is more subtle. It's a subtle, non-rational power. And so Lemuria in itself has that energy. It is something you have to look for. You want to look for it, you look for this feminine mother energy, just as a way to start unraveling it. All right? Who else has a question or comment? Go ahead, Polly.
So it's kind of like a clue if we're starting to work with the earth energy and that sort of thing, that we would want to use the female type of energy.
The intuitive self.
Yes.
Think about Eve.
To work with the earth and that sort of thing, than the other.
Think about Eve.
Yes.
Someone said she got the blame. But what she got the blame for was using her intuition and breaking out of a controlled situation, which was being basically a slave, she and her partner there, Adam, even though she was brought in from his rib or however. Again, another indication of twinkling and mixing, do you understand?
Yes.
The tinkering. That it can be interpreted that she got the blame, but remember, wisdom always, serpent is always wisdom, and serpent is often goddess wisdom, and so one could look at that story from many directions. So in terms of the feminine, it was Eve. Yes, she got the blame, she disobeyed, but from another perspective, she followed her intuition. And when she was encouraged to eat of the tree of knowledge, she trusted that intuition, and she didn't die, as God had forewarned. Do you understand?
Yes.
So think of this balance coming up within people as a feminine principle, so to speak, yet it is not feminized. It is that part of self that intuitively knows. One can think of it as the mother principle. A good mother always knows where her kids are. Whether she's a mother snake, a mother duck, or a mother human.
Yes.
There is a sense of connectedness. And that connects you to the earth and the cosmos. And you can relate those qualities when you are looking to further understand the Lemurian myth and history of the planet as embodying those kinds of qualities. All right? Do not think of it as a woman's cult or all women or anything like that.
No, I wasn't. I was
Good.
thinking the female energy.
It represents those who trust that, who are clear and trust and learn to seek out the intuition, which is the third eye, the inner psychic senses, all of this. All right?
Yes.